Let's get it. This is Life's Essential Ingredients with Jeff and a Mike, where we hope to inform, inspire, and transform lives, one essential ingredient at a time. Welcome to the show. Listeners, are we in for a treat? This is going to be the craziest episode that has ever been recorded. And so just sit back, relax, enjoy some laughs, and three friends just kind of reminiscing. If you're new to the show, welcome. Somehow we are listened to now in 54 countries, 750 something cities. And this podcast is part of a nonprofit called C4 Leaders. And we're the only nonprofit to utilize the pizza making process to create space for our companions to be seen, heard, and loved. We also write children's books, obviously host this show, and we use the most amazing handmade, hand-tossed sourdough pizza to bring out the best in each other. So if you're interested in checking us out in that space, go to pizzadays.org. Here we go, season 4. Episode 16, we have Kenny Hart coming from Rochester, New York. Well, he will for sure inform, inspire, and transform your life. The best place to reach out to Kenny, just reach out via email, and it's kdog274@hotmail.com. kdog274@hotmail.com. About our guest. At Forward, a silky smooth, lean, strong, and jump out of the gym and dunk on you and your family. Number 30, Kenny Skeedawg Hart. Kenny was a good friend and teammate with Mike and I at USF. Kenny graduated with a degree in sociology and went on to play professional basketball overseas. What stood out the most to me about Kenny was his authentic being. And I'm just going to stop it right there. Authentic being, because that's like so much in itself. Kenny was an incredible listener, possessed a how can you not engage with me smile, and always made his teammates feel seen and heard. Kenny was the glue that kept our teams together. Kenny reached out to me last night, and we haven't spoken in over 30 years. Mike and I thought it'd be fun to capture the spirit of a friendship reunited. Kenny, thanks for being a great teammate to all your teammates, to sharing your many gifts with people in your life and the people you serve, and for being our guest on Life's Essential Ingredients. Welcome to the show, my brother. Man, it's good to see you.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, Jazzy. Thank you, man. I miss you guys. It's been a long time. Too long. Too long.
Too long. There and get this thing going.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Man, yeah, let me just tell everyone listening, watching, this is one of the coolest dudes you will ever meet, man. When we were all knuckleheads in college, except Ski, man. He was cool, mellow, even keeled, and always just chilling, man. That's how I remember you, Ski. Always on that mellow.
Thank you, Buggy. Thank you, Buggy, man. I feel it's the same way about you guys, man. Let me tell you, it's been over 30 years since I've seen you guys. But let me tell you, not a day, not a week go by, I don't think about y'all, because y'all were my brothers, and y'all stay in my heart. You're in my heart. And man, it's like too much time has went by, and I'm like, how my brother's doing? How can I get in touch with them? Because when we left each other, that was the days of the landline. And if you didn't have someone's land number, it was going to be hard to get in touch with them. You know, and so like I said, for over the past 30 years, just been thinking about you guys. And last Sunday, I happened to talk to Kevin Mouton. And this is how I got back on track and trying to find my guys, find my boys. And talking to Mouton, you know, he was telling me how some of the other guys had health problems and everything. You know, we lost Whitmer. Sorry to hear that. And I just said, it's time for me to slow down. And it's time for me to get back in touch with my brothers and to see how my brothers are doing. Man. Because, man, y'all don't know how much I love y'all, man.
We love you too, Kenny. And it's I'm getting goosebumps all over my body. And when you play on a team, you know, especially at the college level where you spend so much time, you're competing against each other, you're traveling together, you're just figuring out life together. Yeah, it's just a bond that will never, ever be broken. And when you can take that friendship which is why I thought this would be just a cool episode, because we haven't talked forever, but it's like we just spoke yesterday.
Exactly.
All those thoughts and emotions and just the camaraderie. And like you said, the brotherhood just comes right back. And so I'm, so thankful for you to have reached out. And Moo, we love you, baby. Kevin, Sean, let's go. Rick, I hope you're listening in from upstairs. We appreciate everything you did for us and any other USF teammates or USF Dons or anybody else that might tune in to this. It's just a great institution, a great place to figure out life. But I do want to get into this, Kenny, because we got so much. This could be like a 10-hour episode.
Okay.
And we're going to go off script for the most part. But I did want to stick to our thought of the day, which is a quote that we pick after getting to know the guests. And since we spent years together, man, just jumped out at me. And it's from Ali Farka Toura. And he was a musician from West Africa and Mali. Big time musician over there. And here it goes. Trust and faith in your fellow man has no equal. If you have experienced trust, you will know its strength. You must know yourself before you know others. Why would I pick that one for you, Ski?
Hey, man, it's what you just said. It's what I told my wife and daughter. I said I wasn't the best on the team, but I was close friends with everyone. Because in order for us to be successful as a team, we had to build that bond and trust each other as brothers off the court before we can trust each other on the court.
Yeah. And so hopefully, and I think Mike, when he was sharing his comments on you, I want you to hear Kenny was the glue that kept our teams together, and I can't think of a better compliment, to give somebody that just the ingredients, this show is called Life's Essential Ingredients, but the ingredients that you brought to the teams that we were on together was just that, man. And the glue that kept everybody together. And so when I was like, all right, I'm going to pick a quote, and man, trust and faith in your fellow man has no equal. Somehow you brought that to each teammate. And
Mike, Jazz, I'm sorry, brother. We brought that to each other. It's not a one-way thing. What I brought to you guys, y'all brought it back to me. Because here's the thing. I came all the way from the East Coast. So, I came way out there, and every one of you brothers treated me like a brother. Y'all welcomed me into your circle. So I had no choice but to reciprocate that and take it back to y'all, give it back to you guys. It was the love y'all showed me. So I, in turn, sent it back out to y'all.
I love it. I'm gonna let Mike get in on this first one, but so I was talking to Delia, my wife. I don't know if you remember her from USF.
Yes, I do. Yes.
I was like, man, where do you start when you haven't spoken with someone in over 30 years? And I guess we just got to go back to the beginning, man. So my first question for you, and Pasho jump in, and listeners, just in case you're getting confused, and I'm glad Mike updated if you are watching on the YouTube, because normally I call him Pasho, but his nickname is Boogie. So Skeedawg definitely going to be calling him Boogie. And my nickname in college was Jazzy. So you'll hear Ski say Jazz. So don't, that's who he's talking about. But Ski, and what did you love about your college experience?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Honestly, the friendships that I built on the basketball team, because you guys kept me together. Because honestly, it was a tough time playing wise for me. And if I didn't have that camaraderie with you guys, it would have made it, I'm going to be real, a horrible experience during that time for me. So you guys kept me together. Really. Y'all don't understand how much y'all did for me in those years, being my brothers, keeping my spirits up to keep me going. And I appreciate every last one of you guys for that.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in and, Ski, I know you don't know this, but I coach high school now. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out your playing time at USF, man. I feel your frustration. So for the listeners out there, you guys understand basketball. Ski would start a game, play like the first 4 or 5 minutes, and then he go sit down for the rest of the half. Then he start the second half, same thing. Then he sit down for the rest of the game. Made no sense to any of us, by the way, Ski. So I know how frustrated you were about it, but man, you just did your job, man.
And man,
Like a
thank you.
champ. Yeah,
Thank you, man.
absolutely.
Like I said, Mike, it was easy, man, because you guys have not giving yourselves enough credit for the type of people you were. Y'all were great people, man. And that's why y'all still in my heart. That's why I think about y'all weekly for the past 30 some years. Man, y'all are so fresh in my mind and my memory. It's just like I just saw y'all yesterday, even though it's been 30 years. We just can't let so much time go by from here on.
Yeah, I hear that. But that's not before we get too carried away, Pasho. And none of our careers at USF turned out the way that we that's for sure. Lucky enough that we were smart enough to get graduate, be able to go on and do some things after. And we'll get into you, Kenny, in a second about how you get to go overseas. But let's not forget your LMU game, man. So, listeners, if there's any basketball fans, back in the late 80s, Loyola Marymount University led the nation in scoring, and they had two incredible players, and they just would press the whole game all over the court, and it was just a track meet. But that was Kenny's skill set. He was just lean, mean, fast, and could jump out the gym, and finally was put in a position to just showcase that. And I don't know how many dunks you had on everybody in that one. But I just remember that's a game as finally, coach, here's Kenny just doing his thing. Just let him roll. But do you remember any details of that?
Vaguely. I just remember, like you said, I had quite a few dunks that game, Jazz. That's all I can remember, man. Coach who was coaching LMU at the time.
Yeah,
Paul Westhead.
Yeah.
He just came and asked me after the game, Kenny, I don't know why he's not playing you, but if you had one more year where you didn't have to sit out, I would bring you over here to play you with Bo and Hank. And we would go to a Final Four.
And that would have been true. That'd have been the crazy thing. Yeah, we would have went over there, probably averaged about 30 a game with 10 dunks. And yeah, it's just
but Jazz, not to cut you off, Jazz and Bug, to give Coach Bro credit, after the fact, when my playing days was over and I went back to get my degree, he sat me down and he talked to me and he apologized to me. And he said, Kenny, I never had a guy with the athletic ability you had, and I just didn't know how to mix it with the team. And he said, if I could do it all over again, I would have just let you play your game. And, it was a learning experience.
Yeah.
And like you guys said, you guys doing some coaching. I had coached a few girls AAU teams. And my coaching experience, the one thing I always said, how I treated, how it was treated, how I felt, and I know how you guys felt. I said, I don't want to do that to any other player, and I'm not going to limit them. And, man, it has helped me out so much helping others going through that. So I wouldn't change anything in the world.
Yeah. No, it's all, which is why I just love sports so much. It's just such a learning environment for life.
Yes.
Figuring stuff out. And to be honest, we'll get into this here shortly, but life usually doesn't turn out like we want it to.
No.
And so many times if we get how we think things should be, all we do is just dig ourselves a deeper and deeper hole that's so to get out. And then we kind of forget the essence of what we're doing there, which is what again, you did, I think. And we appreciate you sharing that you think we did as well, which hopefully we did. But I think that has to be role modeled,
Yes.
when in our life, you did that for us. But yeah, so thank you so much. But let's get in. Hey, so what happened, man? It's been over 30 years. You graduated. What happened next?
Okay, after I left you guys, I was training out. You remember DJ? Daryl Johnson.
Yeah.
Was training with him for a year. We went to Houston and was training there, hooked up with some agents, and they took me to the 92, took me to the Summer League in LA. And I played on a free agent team there. Things didn't work out. So from there, I went to Portland, moved to Portland, Oregon. And while I was in Portland for about 6-7 years, worked in the juvenile justice system. Worked with the kids, was still working out, staying in shape. At the time, Rick Whitmer was living in Portland, so I was getting to see Rick a lot. And like I said, got that urge to want to play ball again. And Scotty McQuarter, kept in touch with him. And Joel, at that time, they gave me a recommendation and helped me get to Switzerland. And this was back like 97, 98. And then from Switzerland, went over to Holland. Played in Holland until about 2000, had an ankle injury, and been back in Rochester ever since. Started working for the city of Rochester, working security for them for 24 years. Got about another 6 years to go, and then I'll be retired. Got married 17 years ago, and I have a 12-year-old daughter. And life just been good. My life right now is just all about my daughter. She's playing sports, volleyball and basketball. She's a 7th grader, 12 right now. She's 6'1". Yeah, she's playing JV basketball and volleyball right now. Oh, yeah. So right now, she's my whole life, her and my family and my wife.
Man.
Oh, yeah. And for me, Jazz and Bug, every day is almost the same. How I was back then, I'm still trying to be the same person. I haven't changed. Like I said, the only thing I wish would have changed over the past 30 years, that I would have been able to talk to you guys more. Because when I say I really, really, really miss you guys, y'all don't understand, man. Y'all have no idea how much I miss y'all, brothers. Really.
Man, right. It's right back at you, Ski. And man, what a cool story of what it's like to be Kenny Hart and to get that update and to see where you are and to see your priorities and how you're living your life every day. And I'm taking notes when I have my head down, Ski. I'm taking notes, and I put a bunch of notes down. But then I wrote, and this is like a very much of a compliment. I just put simple,
Thank you.
I think that goes back to how you were. And I'm going to go back to our thought of the day, because you must, and this is not simple, but you must know yourself before you know others. And somehow, yeah, I just feel like you always knew who you were.
But Jazz, thank you.
You kept life. I don't, because there ain't nothing simple about life, but I just feel like you didn't have all these other influences kind of trying to take your energy, and you were able to keep it simple so you could put your energy to where it needed to go. I don't even know if that makes sense.
Yeah, Jazz, you hit it 110%. That's it. That was me. Simple. You hit it. That's how I kept things, and that's just how I try to keep life now, as simple as possible. Like you say, to keep the stresses out my life, man. To keep my health right, because if our health and strength isn't right, we can't be right for others. And you hit it 100%, Jazz. Simple. That describes me to a T.
Man. All right. Well, I do have a question. How do you, this show is called Life's Essential Ingredients. You know, we interview people all over the world, and at some point that's always going to come up, you know. And so obviously simplicity and trying to live a simple life, which in today's day and world, just like you started off early on the show, man, if you didn't have the number, all we had was a landline.
Right.
Get all the millions of ways people can track each other down now. Is like, all right, well, I ain't going to talk to them. I got no way to find them.
Exactly.
So how do you keep your life simple? If you, and I want you from the context of, there's a listener whose life is, just pretty busy, what advice would you give them for living a life of simplicity?
Well, it all depends on what your priorities are. For me, it's not more about me. It's about my people. It's about my family. It's about making sure they're okay before I'm okay. You just, like I say, Jazz, I have to take it to my parents. I had great parents, great father, great mother, and they raised us to not let, the world, the material items and those type of things, other people stray you away. Know who you are, know your path, and you stay on that path. And, Jazz and Bug, like I said, I just tried to follow, just every day walk the way they showed me how to walk. And it's just been simple. It's like I tell my daughter, stay off that social media, because there is so much garbage out there and so many people who don't know you trying to tear you down. And you can't listen to that garbage when you're trying to be successful. Because I'm sure you guys have it all the time with your podcast. I'm sure you have negative people coming at you guys, talking crap, who don't know anything about the two of you. And you just can't let those forces, just get in your way. Just know who you are. You know what I'm saying, Jazz?
For sure.
Hey, Ski, you don't have to worry about it. Jazz and I don't even know how to use social media, so we're good. And they come out, we're not seeing it. But yeah, I got to take it. Ski, tell me how you met your wife. Where'd you meet her? How'd that go down?
Man, I met her through a mutual friend here in Rochester. I was out playing in like a little league game. And after the game, we went out, because we were playing in the championship game. We went out, had some beer, some wings, and she happened to come out with her friend. And she knew the guy that I knew. And just one thing led to another. And like I said, we were friends for about 5 years. Good friends for 5 years. Because at the time I was in another relationship. And so nothing happened between her and I. And once I got done with the other relationship, that's when I went and called her and said, okay, it's time. It's time. And like I said, we've been married for 17 years, man. It is a beautiful thing. She's an assistant principal in the city school district here. She's a former ball player. She played basketball. She's from Pennsylvania, won a state championship in Pennsylvania. And like I said, came here, went to St. John Fisher College here in Rochester, New York. Now I'm going to give you guys a funny story. I think I met my wife back when I was in high school. And I'm going to tell you how. I went to go visit her in Pennsylvania, her parents. And I was talking to her father at the time. And there was a AAU tournament that was close to where they were living. And I was asking her dad about the tournament. And he said, Kenny, you're talking the tournament in Sharon, Pennsylvania. And I said, exactly. He said, we used to go every year to that tournament. And my wife says, oh, yeah, I used to get, because my wife is 5 years younger than I am. She goes, I used to get all the guys' autographs. And I said to my wife, stop, because my wife is a redhead. I said, stop. When I won the dunk contest, when I was signing autographs, only one person stood out, a tall redhead girl, and that would have been my wife. She was a tall redhead. And I said, wow, I don't normally see that many tall redheads. And that was the end of that. But as we were talking, I think that was my wife.
Yeah, wow, that's an incredible story.
We're not 100%, but how many other redhead tall girls would have been in the gym? But she was the only one that stood out to me.
Wow. Marshall, give him an update on you.
Right.
Oh, wow. No tall redheads. No, I'm kidding. Ski, I've been married, man, going on 29 years now. We got 4 incredible kids.
Great.
Oldest is 26, youngest is 15.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, so they keep me on my toes, man.
That's good, bud. That's great, man. And I hear you're basketball coach now. Or
I'm
been
coaching.
For a while.
I've been doing it for a little while. Actually, Jazzy, he started coaching a long time ago, and then an opportunity arose for me. I was helping out the local high schools here, park and rec leagues, a couple of travel teams and all that. And then I got an assistant as a, help out. Then work opened up where I could be a head coach. The job opened up and I took it. And I'm still wondering why I've done it, It's Franklin's like, I'm a little nutty like that, but Jazzy got me going on that stuff. He was coaching forever. I go, man, I want to do what Jazzy's doing. So I blame him for it, but you know how it is, man. If we can change some of these lives, coaching, that's what it's all about.
Hey, y'all the two the best to do it, man. Especially like I said, y'all are great guys. So I'm sure the children that you guys worked with over the years have learned a lot and have appreciated you two guys, man. Because like I said, y'all were great individuals. And to see that you two are still together like that just shows the bond y'all had. How great of guys y'all were. Y'all were true brothers. We were all brothers, but you two were brothers.
Hey, see, I got to tell you, to this day, it happened when we were at USF. Everyone would call me Jeff, call him Mike. No one could tell us apart. I don't think we look anything alike. Now we hang out, and everyone, are you guys brothers? Are you guys brothers?
Yes, you are.
Yes, I know. The answer is yes, but yeah.
Yes. Big time. Boogie, last night I was talking to Roy Mockins. He told me he hooked up with you.
Yeah. We're gonna hook up over the summer, get some kids to play some basketball together.
That's what he was telling me, man. Yeah. That's a beautiful thing, man. That's a great thing.
Hey, listen, Roy reached out. Roy's good at that, man. You're good at reaching out. I'm the worst at it. But fortunately, I got Jazzy right there. He's really good at this stuff. So
that's good. But I tell you what, we gonna keep up now, Boogie.
Yeah. Hey, we were seriously, last time we saw each other, Jeff's daughter just got married. We were down in Mexico, and we were talking about getting everyone together for like a USF, go watch a game or something, just hang out for a weekend, man. Can you imagine?
Oh, yeah. I'm down for that. Because I'm gonna tell you, who gave me your number, Jazz, was Shooter. Shooter called me just last night from Australia. And we were talking. And we were talking for a while. And I said, Shooter, do you have any other brothers' numbers? And he gave me Jazz, he gave me Scotty's, he gave me Kev Ellis, he gave me Roy's, he gave me Perks. I gotta call Perky. Oh. To see how Perk been doing. And I said, you know what? You better text me those numbers so I can start calling my brothers now. And as soon as Shooter gave me those numbers, I said the first Jazz the first one I'm calling.
Oh, man.
I can see this dude in ages. Jazz the first one I'm calling to see how my brother doing.
I love it. Yeah, we should try and I think you're going to see Brother Modkins in Wheatland where he grew up, Pasha. I think that's where you guys were going to play. That might have to be the spot, man. And we roll out and just take over Wheatland, bring the pizza truck, and just have a whole weekend of just hanging out and hoops and making some pizzas. And I could see that happening. So we're going to get with Roy and get that one on the books.
Big time. Because Shooter was saying he comes to L.A. and he was like, Ski, we need to all hook up in L.A. somewhere. Get somewhere. And I said, just let me know. Give me some time, let me know. And I'm down because I need to see y'all, man. Yeah. Like I said, it was Jazz. It would have been cool just to hear your voice, but to see you two, man, y'all don't understand how much this has made my year. Not my day, my year, man. Y'all don't understand, brothers.
I'm going to throw it out there right there. Ski, I'm still down here in Pedro. That's LA, man. We do it at my house, man. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm down. Just let me know. You know, because I have a brother that lives in Phoenix, so I still get out to the West Coast.
Okay.
I go check on him. I used to see Chris LaDolce when I used to go to Phoenix.
Nice.
Nice.
So nice.
Dice. I used to see Dice. But the past 2 times I haven't seen Dice because my pops moved there with my brother when my mom passed about 3 years ago. And right now my dad's bedridden. And so I just try to stay at the house and help my brother as much as possible. So the last 2 times I haven't seen Dice, but I said the next time I get there, I got to get back up with Dice.
Well, maybe we'll be all meeting in Phoenix. That's not too far to go.
LA is cool because I'm gonna tell you another one I talked to last Sunday, Jeff Green.
Oh, Mr. Vegas. Mr. Vegas.
Mr.
Vegas. Oh yes.
It's just so we were pretty blessed with that crew. Just there's so many good people. So many people, and it would have been. It really didn't matter, but it would have been great if we could have figured out the basketball part of it for everybody.
Right.
But like you said, things work out like they work out, and you make the best of it. But just so many good people. You think about Kev Ellis, Jeff Green, KB.
Yes.
KB. I still remember that trip to Arizona State. We were at Kenny's, and when you were in a sport at that time, nobody had any money. You were on scholarship, so you couldn't work.
Right.
And you would get your per diem meal money. And I ain't trying to throw KB under the bus, but he wasn't going to tip for nothing. Hey, I need that money. And so we go to the restaurant, and you knew he was keeping his money close.
Oh yeah.
It was just so many good people, though, man. So many memories.
Big time. But Jazz, we think we know what we want in life, and I'm so happy that the basketball thing didn't work out for me, because had it did, went to the NBA, like I told my daughter, life would be so different for me. And who knows who I would have married, this, that, and the other. Man, the bonus for me is my family, my wife and my daughter. Like I told her, had I went to the league, I wouldn't have married your mother, because we wouldn't have never ran into each other, and you would not be my child. And there's my bonus right there. I said that no NBA dollars could give me what you give me in life, the happiness that I feel in life. So it worked. I was blessed for not going to the league, brother.
I hear you. And right back at you. For me, I saw the writing on the wall pretty early, and I was like, all right, I better get my degree. And obviously graduated, met my beautiful wife. We've been married over 30 years now, have 2 girls, Capriana and Aaliyah, 26 and 28. And
that's beautiful.
Like Boogie was just saying that, my oldest just got married, and so now I have a son.
Great.
Yeah, life is good, man.
That's great, man. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that, man. Because like I said, that was the one thing I wanted to make sure, that life was good, you guys were healthy, and that you were getting what you needed in life, man.
Yeah. No, life is. I got to work as a nurse for 29 years, and my health is pretty good. I got a few challenges, but not too bad. And now we just do nonprofit work. And that in the intro, we just use pizza.
Got you.
People, just like we're talking, basketball was that for us at that time in our life. The nonprofit just tries to use pizza to help people make sense of life. And we got a truck that rolls all over the place.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Bringing it down to LA to work with Mike and his team next month. And so, that's all we're trying to do. Just trying to do our part to try and make the world a little bit better.
Man, that's great, man. That's great. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Definitely glad to hear that, man.
Yeah. But let's get back to you. You just have so much that you could share. And let's go. What advice would you give to somebody wanting to go play D1 right now? Let's just say, your daughter's age.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give to maybe there's a parent listening in that their child is interested in playing at the college level? You know, what
Make sure,
would you give them?
number one, make sure whatever it is you're taking up, the studies that you're taking up, that the university has it. But as far as for playing, make sure that the school that you go to, the program that you go to, plays the style of game that fits your game. Not every school going to play your style, and you need to find the coach that you're going to have a great relationship with, who understands you and who's going to help you be successful. Try to help you be the best person that you can be. You know, that's what you have to do. That's what I tell my daughter. We have to find a school that fits you, a coach that fits you. You know, not all coaches' personality fits players' personalities. Like with my daughter, I know if there's a coach out there that's someone who likes to yell and that kind of stuff, that's not going to work good for my daughter. It may make her go into a shell, and she's not going to display the confidence that she needs to when it's time to play and perform. But also one that is people that's going to help them become better people. Because like I said, I look at USF. Basketball didn't work out for me, but damn, basketball, I met some great people. And like you say, those friendships, they're going to last a lifetime. That brotherhood is going to last a lifetime. Because even years ago, I told my daughter, you don't know my closest people because I don't see them or talk to them anymore. You have no idea the relationships I built with my brothers, my teammates. You know, I said, when you can build that kind of camaraderie with your people, but also can continue to stay in touch with them, I said, you're going to have a bond with people for forever. You know,
it's going to be so cool for your daughter to listen to this episode. And, you know, you've been telling her about that, and obviously you've been starting to reconnect with other teammates, but then be like able to flip on to YouTube and be like, hey, here's two guys who I haven't talked to for a long time, but I've been thinking about, and here's what they think about me. And even just that thought of the day is powerful to the person who is Kenny Hart.
Man, you know, Jazz, I appreciate that, you know, because I never saw myself as that, the glue to the team, the things that you were saying about me. I was just trying to be a friend to everybody because everybody was a friend to me. You know, I thought it was all of us, you know, not just one person. You know, we all was just connected. We were connected, man. Really, we were. You know, times were tough for basketball, but it did not hurt our connection. Maybe that made us more connected to one another, you know what I'm saying, to get through the tough times.
Yeah, that's true. It's just so interesting how life works out that way. But hey, so you did, and you brought it up a bunch of times. You know, Mike and I right there with you that basketball didn't work out like we liked at the collegiate level, but you found a way to keep your dream alive and got to go over to Switzerland and then Holland. You said, so what was playing? Well, first of all, congratulations on that.
Hey, thank you.
And what was playing overseas like?
Well, you know, when I was in Switzerland, I was playing in the second division. You know, I played on the same team that Scotty McQuarter and Joe DeBortley played on previously before I did. Once again, it was the same thing. I met a lot of great people over there. And the friendships that I made over there was similar to the ones that I had at USF. A lot of brothers that I met in Switzerland, guys that I don't even are in contact with anymore. And there are some of the same ones that think about daily. You know, how are these guys doing? And being in Switzerland, you know, hanging out there, the culture, I had a great time there, man. A lot of great, friendly people. A lot of great people. Jazz and Bug, no matter where I went in this world, I met so many great people. You know, and that is the one thing I take away. Even in Holland, great people, you know, and those are the things that I remember the most. The people, more than anything. And I miss those people because, like I said, once again, during that time, landline, no cell phone. I'm not on social media. So, it was tough for me to keep in touch with people.
Yeah, yeah. But again, it just keeps coming back. This side of the day is always nuts, Ski, and it just goes, you must know yourself before you know others. And it's just, you keep taking that wherever you go. It really is your kind of life story and the gift that you bring to the world. But
Thank you, Jazz. Thank you, Jazz.
What else you like to do in your free time, man? We got 30 years. We got to get cut up. You playing any instruments? You singing? You dancing? You acting? You
man, the only
kitchen? What are we talking about?
Really, Jazz? My daughter's doing all that. She playing this. My daughter's in the band. You know what I'm saying? She plays keyboard in the band. Like I said, she's playing JV volleyball, playing JV basketball, and my life is just centered around her. You say, what did I do on my off time? Train with my daughter, work out with my daughter, take her places. My life right now is just revolved around her and her activities. So I don't have much to do for myself, for being my wife. Everything is about her.
I love hearing that. And I got to ask a question. I think I know the answer to it, but it's going to hurt me. But I hope it's true. Are you still dunking?
Yo, here we go. No, I'm not, Jazz. But here we go. But I will be because, training with my daughter, getting her doing box jumping, jump roping, strength training, got her these vertical jump cords. We were at the gym the other day and I ran up and I jumped up and I grabbed the rim. And I told my daughter, it's just a matter of time. Daddy gonna be dunking again. And she go, Daddy, that ain't gonna happen. I said, okay, be careful. You might get caught. She go, Daddy, that will never, ever happen again. I said, okay, now you just gave Daddy something to work for.
Ski, don't do it. Don't put that pressure on the rest of us, man. Come on. Come on. I don't even want to try, man. I'll hurt myself. Come on.
Oh, yeah. But hey, Bug is only her. If it wasn't for my daughter, then I'll be sitting back in the chair, getting old, you know what I'm saying? But she's the one that's been keeping me going because she said, Daddy, I want to go, play sports, either play volleyball or basketball, and I want to take it to a high level. I said, okay, if that's what you're going to do, then I'm going to become your workout partner. And Daddy just going to show you the way on what Daddy did to help him get to the place he got to. So hopefully I can get you to a place higher than where Daddy got. And so that's where we at right now. I'm not trying to make her go too hard, and we going at her pace. And I also told her, whenever you don't like something, don't play basketball for Daddy. Whatever you don't like, when you don't like something, you better let me know so we can get rid of it. Because you're not going to be sitting here in the sport or doing something, whatever, and you're hating it. No, we're going to find what you want to do in life, and that's what we're going to run with. Because Daddy lived his life, Mommy lived her life. It's about you now.
Man, your daughter is blessed to you guiding her that way. I'm not going to put words into my Pasho's mouth, but sometimes I think it's tricky as a parent, especially when you're on the coaching end of the parent relationship, to have things that are not that way, where the parents are sometimes trying to relive their career or whatever else is going on. And sometimes we can lose sight of exactly the intent for our child to be involved in a sport. And so again, your daughter's so blessed, and you kind of just tapped into where I was going to go with this next question for you, but best advice you have ever received.
Best advice. Let me think about that one, Jazz.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one.
Yeah, that is. Wow. The best advice, Jazz, is that is a tough one, Jazz.
Ski, are you trying to think of something that I said to you back in college, man? Let that
exactly.
one go. It probably wasn't good. Probably wasn't good.
Big time. But more or less, know where you at in life and accept where you at in life and enjoy the things that you have in life. Don't look at, the grass being greener on the other side, thinking that, hey, I want that life over there. No, stay where you at, enjoy where you at, and just try to get to where it is you're trying to get to. Try to be. Yeah, because like I said, a lot of times we think, oh, this is where we want to be in life, but no, where you at in life is where you need to be. And just accept it and be humble with that and look at all the blessings that you have. Because for me, the smaller blessings mean more to me than some of the bigger ones.
Man, saying a lot right in there. Just capturing all that.
But man, enough about me, man. What
this
about
is the Kenny Hart show? Come on, man. You just got to take it in.
Man, I want to know about y'all, brothers, man. What you guys been doing?
Oh, man.
Man, tell me about your families, man. Something, because
yeah. Well, I don't know if you remember, but I have 8 brothers and sisters, and my family is all doing well. My parents, my dad died in 2008. He was
sorry to hear that, Jazz. Sorry to hear that.
Unfortunately, and he kept drinking, and his life got cut short a little bit on that end. My mom died in June of 2019 and lived a good life. She was 86.
Okay. Sorry to hear that.
And my in-laws are both still alive, Delia's parents. And I would say life is good, with the family, and my kids are doing well. My youngest has been living in Spain the last 3 years, teaching English over there.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Spain quite often to just visit her. And then my oldest got married that I already mentioned. So it kind of messed up my youngest for going back to Spain. And so she came home and now said, hey, I've always wanted to go teach in Korea. So she got in over there, which is a pretty good accomplishment for her to be able to get that job. And so she's been in February to somewhere in Korea. She doesn't know yet. She'll teach over there for a year. And then Delia's a nurse at UC Davis, still in the ICU. And like I said, I'm retired. I kind of just watch TV and make an occasional pizza.
Hey, that's a beautiful thing that you're retired, my brother, because you're retired at a young age.
Yeah. No, it's often I wish I was still working, but I do think it's a better thing for me, hopefully in the long run. I miss my last job. I was a nursing professor at Sacramento City College. And so I loved it. You taught the theory, the lab, and clinical, which is where you take your students and go into the hospital. So, it was just like coaching, to be honest, like practice, scrimmage, game. Okay, let's evaluate, let's learn, let's get better the next week. Okay, boom, we're back going through all those things. So I really enjoyed, and I taught first semester. So it was really just the fundamentals of the game, so to say, and really, really enjoyed that part of my life.
But Jazz, not to cut you off, the one thing I do remember with school working you and that being in that nursing program, how hard you had to bust your ass to get where you was at and still try to play basketball at the same time. One thing that stuck out to me, Jazz, and I said, this is where I got to look at me. I'll never forget this. You had to have a nursing class, and it was during basketball time, during basketball practice. And Coach Bro went off on you because you had to take that class in order to graduate. And that guy said, I didn't bring you guys here to go to school. I brought you here to play basketball. That spoke volumes to me. I said, he doesn't care about us as people. He only cares about us as what we can do for him, wins and losses. And I better get my degree because this guy just showed us right here with Jazz what he think about us as people.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know if I ever really told much of you guys, but I got called into his office. I'm not trying to throw him under the bus. Right. Again, he did the best that he could. When I was taking those classes, I got called in, and I'm a young kid, very naive. I don't know what's going on, and he says, hey, Jeff, you don't want to be a nursing major. And I said, no, coach, the classes are tough, but
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, hey, Jeff, no, you don't want to be a nursing major. And that's the second time he told me.
Right.
No, coach. Yeah, no, I do. I'm gonna work hard and I'm gonna find a way to get it done, and we're gonna get it worked out. And then he takes a step towards me and he says, Jeff, you're not going to be a nursing major.
Wow.
And I say, huh? And I said, well, what major am I going to be? And he's, oh, you're going to be a PE major. And
wow.
And he says, and I want you to go down to Eric's office. Remember Eric Visser, our academic.
Oh yes.
And I want you to go down to his office and change your classes right now.
I believe that, Jazz. I believe that.
Yeah, I had to change all that. For time's sake, I won't get into the whole rest of it, but to drop out of the nursing program. And then they did a bunch of work to help me out and get back in. And enjoyed a great career being a nurse. I worked in the trauma ICU at UC Davis.
Oh man, that's great.
It was a level 1 trauma center, taking care of people really bad accidents and a lot of life and death stuff. But it was a great job, and really felt to make a difference each and every day you went to work.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you did, brother. I know you did.
Learned a lot. But hey, we've been talking all the good stuff, but the hardest part of your life up to this point, what are you, 56 now?
56.
Yeah.
56.
Hardest part of life.
Hardest part, Jazz, is we're not here forever, but watching a lot of friends leave this earth, man. You know what I'm saying? And the hardest part is watching a lot of young people, even the ones that I don't know, leave this earth, when you man, they had so much potential, and you have to see them pass away for whatever reasons. And when they're in their teens, and sometimes you say, why them? Why not me? And because of that, it just tries to get me to work even harder and just try to be the best person that I can possibly be every day, because it's tough seeing, like I say, younger people going through that, passing away, even though I know on the other side, they're doing way better than we are. But, it's tough to see that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. I think it just happened a couple of days ago. I don't really pay attention to the news, but every now and then I'll check CNN just to see what's going on in the world. And Australia just banned social media. And it's gonna be interesting to see how they carry it out. But for children under the age of 16, they're having a terrible problem with suicide and cyberbullying and everything all over the world. But I guess it's really out of control in Australia that they said, you know what, we need to take action as a country.
Wow.
Because too many of our kids are leaving, in your words, Kenny, leaving this earth, too young over this device.
Big time.
And totally changes what we think and believe about ourselves, and that we're less than. I just feel like we can all do so much better in that space. And just like you did, reaching out to me, and then me reaching out to Mike, and you reaching out to all the other, former teammates. Just got to be willing to reach out to each other and so I appreciate you saying that. All right. Well, what else we got? What, you got any questions for Mike or me?
Now, Bug, when you left USF, did you go right back to LA?
Yeah, I went back down to LA. I had a game plan, I thought. So, I'm Croatian. And at the time, Croatia was part of Yugoslavia, and I was going to actually try to go out there and play.
Oh, wow.
I got a million relatives out there. It would have been a hell of a party for me. But that's when a civil war broke out. Well, not civil war, but a war broke out over there. So I go, all right, I'm going to hang out a little bit, play at the local leagues down here. I'm living at home, back at home. And I thought I waited out and, go play after that. Well, the war lasted till about 95. By that time, it was too late for me to go play. I met my wife in the meantime, got married, and like you said, man, life took a different route than what I thought.
Okay.
So I've been, after USF, I came back to Pedro down here, and I've been here ever since, man.
Oh, that's great, man.
Yeah.
Great. Any grandkids?
No, man, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. My oldest two, I guess they're in serious relationships now, but
How old are? What's the age?
Nothing yet.
What's the ages, Bugs?
26, 24, 21, and 15.
Oh, yeah, they still young. Still young.
It's funny.
See, I got to interject on my Pasho because one of his stories that he goes to, anytime somebody starts talking mess or anything, he left out a big part of his life. He was a commercial Alaskan fisherman.
Are you serious?
Yeah, go ahead, Pastor. Tell them all about it.
It's pronounced an Alaskan commercial salmon fisherman, man.
Okay.
This is how I did that. I was getting married. I got laid off from my job. I was working as a real estate appraiser for a bank. Got laid off, and my father-in-law every summer went fishing in Alaska, commercial fishing. He had a boat up there. Little, 30-foot boat. It's as big as they can get up there. And, crews of 3 or 4 guys max can fit on the boat. And he goes, "Hey, you're looking for work. You want to come fishing?" I was like, yeah, if I don't find a job, no worries. I got it. Thinking like, I'm going to find a job. Couldn't find a job. Got married. Went on my honeymoon for a week. Day after I came back, I went fishing in Alaska for a month, commercial fishing. Ski. Never worked so hard. I worked my ass off, man. People don't understand. That's some crazy work.
Bugs, I can imagine. Because I used to watch the show, The Deadliest Catch. And I used to watch how hard those gentlemen used to work out there on those deadly seas.
It wasn't that bad. Those guys are nuts. But it wasn't far from it, man.
I was going to say, it wasn't far from it.
It was not. It was not. Alaska's no joke, man.
Cold. I know.
Man.
But anytime somebody's bringing up something that's like hard work or something, it's going to say, have you ever been to Alaska? Have you ever been on a boat? Have you ever done it? And the answer is always no. He's okay. Then talk to me after you've done that. And then he drops the mic on him. Don't let his wife, I love you, Glory, but don't let his wife come in and try and say something about somebody working hard. Yeah, Boog's going to go to that story every time.
I got that. That's all I got. I'm sticking with it, man.
That's more than enough. Hey, you got more than I do, my brother. I can't even go there.
That's how we do it, Ski. That's how we do it. He just knows that nobody else has done that. And then people that Deadliest Catch, and they say, okay, we can get down a little bit. He went and he survived that, and he came back and he did his thing.
Right. Oh, yeah.
It's just a showstopper.
That's great.
Yeah. But, hey, man, I think it's a good time as far as the show. We always end with a quote that I love, and it's from John Alston.
Okay.
And I don't want to get too morbid with you, Ski, especially since we're just reuniting. But let's give you another 50 years of living. So since your daughter is forcing you to take such good care of your body,
exactly.
Be dunking at 60, holy. But you're on your deathbed, surrounded by the people that have been instrumental in your life. And here's a quote. It's from John Alston. The only thing you take with you when you're gone is what you leave behind. As you're getting ready to take your last breath, what is it at this point in your life, hopefully surrounded by some great grandkids, all the people that have been instrumental and essential in your life, what is it that you want them to feel?
Love. Big love. Hopefully that I put enough love in their heart that they can pass that on throughout the world and with the people that they meet in life.
Putting love in their heart, coming from the man with the last name. That's just how I do. And again, I'm going to read one more time and it just your thought of the day, because I just think it's another good way to end this. So trust and faith in your fellow man has no equal. If you have experienced trust, you will know its strength. You must know yourself before you know others. And it's been so good getting caught up with you. I'm getting goosebumps again, just back to practicing against you and with you and competing with you and traveling and just all the good times. And
Big
even
time.
bad times that we think we had, which now you fast forward 30 years, there were no bad times.
Thank you, Jazz. I was going to say the same thing, Jazz.
And,
I was going to say the same thing.
And just to hear, what you're doing now, the impact that you're having on your daughter and everybody else that gets to just feel your spirit, which we've always felt and known, just makes me feel so good knowing how crazy the world is, that there are good people out there. And just so thankful that we can connect.
I appreciate you. I appreciate all the kind words you've said, Jazz. Thank you, my brother.
Yeah.
Bugs, you too, man. Love you guys, man. Really, really do.
Ski, we love you, brother, man. Thank you for reaching out.
Man, what? Too long. It's been too long. Because like I said, y'all don't think I'm playing. When I say weekly, I think about y'all, man. And Jazz, like you say, all the experiences that we had, if I'm down, I think about us, and it puts a smile on my face. Boogie Mites, Jazzy Jeff. I love you dudes, man. And like you said, it's been 30 years, but because y'all in my heart, man, we talk now, and it's like I saw y'all yesterday.
True that. True that.
No doubt, man.
Yeah, and listeners, again, we've been on with Kenny Hart, coming from Rochester, New York, our brother that we had the good fortune of spending years with, playing at USF and letting life happen and figuring out what these life's essential ingredients are for each of us 30 years down the road. And with that, thanks for tuning in to another episode. We out. Boom, baby.